Alright, welcome back to my Shadowgate 64 80% tutorial. Where we last left off, we had just drained the water, and we were about to enter the third dungeon, or the Tower of Trials. This is pretty much the hardest section of the game in terms of movement and puzzles, so I advise to pay close attention to this section and potentially even make a save here so you can practice this dungeon. The dungeon itself can be found here once we've drained the water. The same place where we find Caitlin's ghost. And again, you can see Caitlin's... Oh, I guess her body vanishes. I didn't know that. Interesting. Anyway, continue through the door. Once we're in the Tower of Trials, we're going to continue forward and up these stairs. Then we come into a room with a series of paintings. One of them has a door behind it, and it's the one on the left all the way at the end here. Examine it roughly in the middle, and it'll say that you see a switch. Select yes, and the doorway opens. Once we enter this room, look to your right, and we'll see a small object on a table. We're going to take it with us. From here, turn all the way to the left. We're going to go around this pedestal, and we're going to examine this small mural on the wall, which is going to take us into a kind of a strange puzzle for this game, honestly. It says, make the correct coat of arms. Specifically, it's the Dersius coat of arms. The options for this are always the same, so you can memorize the inputs for maximum speed and efficiency. The first option is this one here, and it's actually the object we just collected on the table. So just press A. From here, you want to select the dragon head to the far right, but you actually don't have to press right. You can just press left to only scroll once and select it. Then you can actually just mash A to finish the puzzle, as the correct choices are the first ones on each thing. That completes the coat of arms, and this opens a secret door. Then we come to one of the hardest sections of the game for speedrunning, the Demon Wall. Now, the Demon Wall can't hurt us, but the Demon Wall can ask us a large series of questions, and he's going to ask a total of 5 questions. The 5th question is always the same, but the first 4 are random and can be a large number. Like before with the Innkeeper, I'll put all the answers to every question in the description of this video. If you want to play it safe, you can do a safety save here as well. That way if you get one question wrong, you can, reset and not actually lose any progress. Walk forward towards the demon door, and it'll trigger. He'll ask if you're ready. Say yes. Who has forever been known as the Good Master? The answer to this question is Lakmir. Continue forward, and he'll ask a second question. What was responsible for the banishment of the Evil One? The answer is the Staff of Ages. Continue forward for question 3. By what name does the Master of Dersius go by? The answer is Aristolin, or Aristolin, if you will. Continue forward for question 4. What is the prohibition against black magic? The answer is, it taints the soul. And then the final question. This question is not random. It's always the same. The question is always, who is the rightful king of Kaltorlin? And the answer is Nathor Dreslin. Each and every time. Once you've answered all 5 questions, it reveals a statue. Walk into the statue. Now comes one of the more mechanically difficult sections of the game. In this room here, your controls are reversed, including your camera. With the exception of up and down, those stay inverted, but left is now right and right is now left. And I know you can't see this, but trust me, it's reversed. This also includes walking. For example, holding down C now takes us forward, and vice versa. Now if you turn and look, there's some spinning blades that can kill you. So, starting off, it could be a wise choice to make some safety saves. Our goal here is to reach that first statue, because we can't really go anywhere else here. So, reach the statue as quickly and safely as you can. Now this next section immediately starts us right in front of some blades, and the statue is right in front of us that we need to get to. What I like to do for this part is to strafe, then go forward, then turn, and then interact with the statue like so. After this, we're immediately in front of a statue. This statue is fake and will take us back to the beginning, so do not touch it. Instead, go around it. Once we come around, you'll see we got 2 more blades and a statue on the end. We need to go to that far statue. The hitboxes for these blades are a little larger than what they may appear, but it's also somewhat generous, depending on the angle that you go at. So what I recommend to do is to come to about right here-ish, and then go diagonally through them like so. Once you get around, go into the statue. This section can be very difficult to do quickly. I definitely recommend practicing it. Then we're in the final area of this. All we can do is go forward through the door, and our controls are still reversed, but the moment we open this door, our controls will no longer be reversed. So, once we're out of that and our controls are back to normal, you'll see a knight here. Do not touch it. This knight will warp you back to the main beginning of the dungeon, very irritatingly, but make sure not to interact with that. And if you want to play it extra safe, come towards this wall even. From here, we're going to walk up to this candle. Now, this next section of the game requires speed, and unfortunately, it's a maze. So, I recommend watching this section of the tutorial several times, maybe writing down your own directions, as I'm going to have to kind of go through it a little quickly, a bit quicker than we have been, in order to make sure that we don't mess it up. What you want to do is use the flint on the candle, and that lights the candle. After lighting it, we want to press A, and we want to take it with us. As soon as you take this candle, a timer starts, and we have to complete the maze quickly. So do try to keep up. I'll do my best to explain. Take the candle, immediately look to your left, go through this door. From here, take a left. Take another left. We're going to go all the way to the end, and we're going to go up these stairs. There are knight statues in this section that warp you to the beginning. We're not going to bother. From here, go forward, take a right, take a left, and then another left. And examine this protrusion on the wall. Turn back around. We're going to take a right. We'll see a way through there. We're not going to go through that. We're going to take another right and then a left. We're not going to go down the stairs, but we're going to go down this hallway, and we're going to examine this protrusion. Turn back around. Take a right, then another right. So we're going to go through this doorway to the right. Go forward, take a left, and here's a door. And into the door we go. Continue forward up the ladder. And in this next room, we're going to immediately take a right. And then a left. And we're going to have these things sticking out of the wall. Go into the first one to see another protrusion. Interact with it. Turn back around. Take a left. And climb down the ladder that you see right here. Then we come into an area with 2 doors. One in front of us and one to our right. Go to the door on the right. Continue forward through this door. Then, look to your right. There's a protrusion. Interact with it. Turn back around. You'll see 2 doors. One to your left, one to your right. We're going to go into the door on the right. continue forward through the door. And if you notice, the candle is melting. Here, just hold forward, go up the ladder. From here, go forward until you get to this last partition. Turn to your right. Interact with the protrusion. Turn back around, come out, and go to the right. Take another right, and then a left. And here's the ladder. From here, go forward. You take a right, don't go through the door. There's another protrusion. Interact with it. Turn back around, and we're going to go back the way we came. So back up the ladder. From here, take a right, a slight right, and then again, back into this first partition to interact with this protrusion one final time. Turn back around, come out, and we're going to take a left and go back down the ladder. Like before, take the door on the right. Continue forward. Then, look to your right and take a hard right to see some stairs. We're going to go up the stairs. From here, just hold forward. If you touch those statues, you work back to the beginning. Walk up to this candelabra. Use the candle. You'll place the candle in it, and now the speed portion is over. Simply walk around and go through the door, which is now unlocked. After this, we'll come around here, and you will see 3 mirrors. We want to go into this mirror here, but you can't step into it walking forwards. It won't let you. You actually have to come, turn around, and walk into it backwards. Once we're in here, Dale will look around briefly, and you look down, and there's something on a pedestal. We want to pick this up and take it with us. This is the Ring of the Kingdom. As soon as you have the Ring of the Kingdom, equip it. Then, step onto this bright square, and it'll warp us back to the beginning of the dungeon. And we've now finished Tower 3, the Tower of Trials, the hardest section of the game. Lakmir will speak to us very briefly. And after that's done, we can turn straight around and leave the dungeon. And that concludes Tower 3. Thanks for watching.